Which leads to my next question, though. The deep state. We hear a lot about it. Is the deep state real? Is there something there?
Here's what I say. There's not a deep state. It's in your face. Let's look at what happened on China. Remember, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I don't believe in any conspiracies, but I also don't believe in any coincidences. How did this happen? How did we get a system, ladies and gentlemen, that you've been sitting there and over the last 10 years, with all the regulations we have in the administrative state, we added Sarbanes-Oxley to take care of the excesses in the internet stock market, and we then added Dodd-Frank to take care of the excesses in the financial crash of 2008, and that was all negotiated, and some people think it's reasonable, some people think it's unreasonable, but regardless, it's federal law. And you, as a citizen and an entrepreneur of this country, have to abide by that law. And these regulations are quite restrictive. How does it happen that at the same time, trillions of dollars are allowed to go to finance companies of our enemy? The Chinese Communist Party is the sworn enemy of free people in China, much less the West. How do we get in a situation where their companies are financed and they don't even have to keep up the modicum of regulations? Every entrepreneur understands, every household understands the accounting, just how you have to do your own budget. For companies, you now have to sign under penalty of criminal prosecution that your financials are correct. The auditing costs have not just gone up, but it's also the opportunity cost of the auditors being all over you all the time. Guess what? Chinese companies don't have to do that. An American pension fund money, your savings, your pension fund, your insurance policy, your savings account is the money. The Wall Street guys don't, I mean, they have their personal wealth, but they invest your money. Right. It's the money of working class and middle class Americans have gone and done this. It was all done in the light of day. It's not a conspiracy. It's just the way the system works. And until guys like, Kevin Freeman and Kyle Bass and Roger Robinson, we were able, and it's one of the reasons I left the White House, because I can't be as lit up as I am here on the staff of the White House. But this is what I've gone around for the last couple of years and did. And Kevin, quite frankly, your book, is I reached out to Gaffney in the first week that I left the White House, and said, we got to reinstitute the Committee on the Present Danger. We need to become a fire bell in the night to let the American people know what's going on here. President Trump has got enough on his plate. He's going to try to negotiate a formal trade deal against all the appeasers in the White House that want to be easy on China. What he needs is people on the outside that can be, fire breathers. And quite frankly, that's what's so great. I think this team we've got at the Committee on the Present Danger, I also oversee as chairman the Rule of Law Society, and there's many others out there. Many conservative groups now are getting woke to this, and some Bernie Sanders economic nationalists now. Now you have the American people woke. It's not a conspiracy. It went on in plain daylight. It's the way the system works, but we can undo that. The great news about this is, listen, they fought us tooth and nail at the highest level in the thrift savings plan. They did not want that $800 billion to go away, and here's the reason. They understand victory begets victory. And if we got to win there, there were no stopping us. We're going to get other wins, and that's what you're seeing. So all of your audience just ought to feel empowered. We can do this. We can turn it around. And you're just as much, if you're engaged in helping us on information and economic warfare, you're the moral equivalent. Now, obviously, the bravery of Normandy and Guadalcanal and the Patriots and Revolution or Gettysburg, we can never replace that. That's unique in that period of time. And yes, we have young men and women today on those ships in the South China Sea, in the Hindu Kush, at the 38th parallel. Their bravery and courage every day to be part of the kinetic. But in this war, the economic piece and the information piece are going to be just as important. And hopefully, if we do our job, we'll never get to a kinetic war. If we get to a kinetic war, just by definition, we've already kind of lost. According to Sun Tzu, that's what they're trying to suck us into, to get into a kinetic war over in Asia. We don't want that. I was a member as a young man in the 7th Fleet on a destroyer on patrol in the South China Sea. My daughter's a West Point grad, and she served with the 101st in Iraq. We don't want American kids fighting over there. What we need to do is fight this economic war here in the halls of Congress, and quite frankly, in the trading at the exchanges on Wall Street. We can do this, and if we do it, we're going to win this.